Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk faster, faster, faster. Gotta talk fast.
Welcome to an oral review of Archie Comics Sonic the Hedgehog, reminding you that as evil as capitalism is, doesn't mean you should surrender every cost-saving tactic when doing your personal finances. If you're running a business, always pay your people well and make ethical deals. But for personal finances, use every legal trick in the book to do right by yourself and your people. Of course, do not commit fraud or tax evasion. We mean that. But milk every business expense you can so you can pay your employees well. I'm Nick, and except for this intro, I wrote the script.
I'm Dominic, and except for this intro, I haven't read any of today's script. And let me tell you, though, I don't know why Nick winked, because when you owe taxes, it sucks. It sucks, my guy.
Also, little fun. I just kind of read the intro because that's what I do, but I didn't write today's script. This is a special by Mike F., guest writer on occasion. I had some of the best man, I had a good day. Let's start off this pod by where is Nick right now? Right now I am in North Kansas City. I just drove here from Bentonville, Arkansas. You know what's surprising? Bentonville, Arkansas is actually a pretty cool town. That shocked me. I guess it's like a really big like mountain biking scene. So there's bike paths everywhere all throughout town. Ooh. And there's a bunch of like every single restaurant and just like business I saw, which granted I didn't look everywhere, but pretty much everybody had like bike racks ready to go. And I saw a bunch of people biking, and granted it was kind of warm today when I was there. It was like in the mid 40s, but like there was a lot of people biking. So
it's pretty good.
Yeah. The downside is, and I feel like I got to hate it on principle, is that it's the home of Walmart.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Well, and so I was thinking about this, and I was actually texting someone, and they had we pretty much came up with the same idea at the same time, where it was actually Mike F. And he was just like, yeah, if I ran one of the biggest corporations in the world, I would want my town that it's based in to be pretty cool also. And I was like, yeah, that's what's happening, right? Like they're just flooding a bunch of money into the town to make it really nice. Like this is where the CEOs have to go when to like run the business and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a really nice town though. And then I drove up to here, North Kansas City, and I had some very good barbecue, some of the best ribs I've ever had. And now I'm recording a podcast with my good friend Dominic. So today's a good day.
Yeah. I mean, look, we can rag on the states, select states from Arkansas to Florida to, Atlanta, whatever. But the truth is, what's that sign, that Simpsons meme where it's like, don't make me tap the sign, then he taps the sign, and it's like, there are good people in the South. They're just disenfranchised and abused by the powers that be and centuries of racism. So I will gladly make fun of the Confederacy and the South in general for
you took
that.
This in a completely different. That was not at all where I was going with the conversation.
No. But you said You said though it's like it is the home of Walmart, and it's like but
the biggest corporation.
But the people are still cool. They can still be good.
Oh yeah, right? I'm not. That
just a couple of chuckle fucks that run the town. Yeah,
yeah. It's more the Walmart aspect, not the people.
Mm-hmm.
The people made it cool. I'm sure they're the reason why they have bike paths. What are we reading today, Dominic?
We are reading Sonic the Hedgehog, number 42. Release date, October 16th, 1996. Publication date, January of 1997. In every kingdom, there must exist a little chaos. Part 1. Written by Kent Taylor and penciled by Art Mahwini. What is truth? Though he is perhaps best remembered for his declaration that God is dead, philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche theorized on the concept of truth many times throughout his life. In his 1873 book, On Truth and Lies in a Non-Moral Sense, he describes the mobile army of metaphors, a critique on the notion of truth as fixed and objective reality. To Nietzsche, truth is dynamic and ever-changing, redefined and reinterpreted by human culture and specifically language. Every world immediately becomes a concept. Wait, should I be doing this in Nietzsche's voice? What did Nietzsche sound like?
Yeah, isn't he German?
I think he's German. Yeah. What is a German accent? That's not Hitler.
That's that. I thought there was only
That's
one.
the one dude. All right, we won't do an accent. Every word immediately becomes a concept, inasmuch as it is not intended to serve as a reminder of the unique and wholly individualized original experience to which it owes its birth, but must at the same time fit innumerable, more or less similar cases, which means, strictly speaking, never equal. In other words, a lot of unequal cases. Every concept originates through or equating what is unequal. Okay, so essentially, words are concepts, which in turn are metaphors, which do not correspond to reality. And though invented by humans, it is quickly forgotten that they are metaphors, and humans come to believe that they are true. And all these metaphors are, after long use, seem solid, canonical, and binding to a nation, to a community, to a set of language users. Thus, Nietzsche further elaborates on the mobile army of metaphors. He continues. He writes, "In short, a sum of human relations which have been enhanced, transposed, and embellished poetically and rhetorically, and which after long use seem firm, canonical, and obligatory to a people. Truths are illusions about which one has forgotten that this is what they are. Metaphors which are worn out and without sensuous power. Coins which have lost their pictures and now matter only as metal, no longer as coins." The title of this issue, "In Every Kingdom There Must Exist a Little Chaos," sounds like it is referencing an idiom, or perhaps to a line from a song or book. Alas, upon searching the internet, a reference could not be found. ChatGPT was then consulted, where it was prompted, and this is ChatGPT speaking, "Is it the title to the Sonic the Hedgehog comic, In Every Kingdom There Must Exist a Little Chaos, a reference to something?" AI claimed that it was referencing a quote from the book Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Friedrich Nietzsche, where he wrote, quote, "One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star." Dubious of this claim, ChatGPT was then asked, "Is this really a reference to Nietzsche, or did you make it up?" ChatGPT immediately confessed to the lie and said that the title merely plays with the idea of chaos as a necessary ingredient for creativity, vitality, and transformation, and that while there was no confirmation that this was a direct reference, it has a thematic echo. It is the 21st century, and you, the listener, for presumably sick reasons, are listening to a podcast about the Archie run of Sonic the Hedgehog comics. You could have easily been told that the title of this comic was a reference to a line from Thus Spoke Zarathustra, based on a lie from a large language model claiming to have intelligence, accepted as a fact by a narrator trusted to have done proper research, which would then be relayed to the greater world. And in the same way the world believes you eat an average of 1 spider a year, or Rod Stewart needed to get his stomach pumped from ingesting too much semen, so too could the accepted truth be that this title is based on a 19th century philosophy book. Would Nietzsche find this development ironic or inevitable? We open on a brawl between Knuckles and Sonic underneath the floating island. "Are you crazy? Barging on in here and demanding I fork over my Chaos Emerald? Without it, my island will fall." "I gotta have it. The fate of Mobius depends on it." "Robotnik just tried to sink my island. Now you want to finish the job?" "No, but during that battle, I learned that you had a spare emerald, which you stole from the Power Ring Grotto." Here, the reader learns that the nobility of Knothole operates similarly to the British monarchy, where the king owns vast acreage and presumably generates immense wealth through its owning of said land. Sonic claims that the Power Ring Grotto used to be part of the royal real estate, and by rights, the emerald belongs to the freedom fighters. Knuckles wisely notes Sonic's use of the past tense and refuses to give it up. Tails comes in. Sonic, Knuckles, stop! This won't save King Acorn's life! What's he mean? The king is imprisoned! Not anymore. We finally rescued him from the zone of silence. Then what's this about saving his life? Some unknown side effect of his imprisonment is turning his body into crystal. We cut to scenes of Sonic and the Freedom Fighters vainly attempting to cure King Eggcorn of his crystal variant of Mückenmeyer disease, where they decided that because he looks like a Chaos Emerald, maybe a real Chaos Emerald will cure him. Besides that, the power could also be used to fight Robotnik. If it's the power you need, why don't you get more rings from the grotto? Tails begins to answer, but is quickly cut off by Sonic, who explains that like a room full of sailors with Rod Stewart, the lake got sucked dry. Sorry I was hasty, but now you know I've got to have that emerald. Apology accepted. But even though I have fond memories of the king from my youth, the survival of my homeland is as important as your rebellion. No emerald's gonna leave this island, and that's final. Sonic decides the juice isn't worth the squeeze and takes off, opting instead to lay a guilt trip on Knuckles, saying he'll regret not helping Princess Sally. The next day, Sonic reports to Sally, and Tails immediately reveals their fight with Knuckles. Sonic hands off the power rings to Sally and threatens Tails with violence for not shutting the fuck up. Later, while Sonic is scarfing down pink chili dogs while Tails divulges everything to Sally, Uncle Chuck bursts into the room. This is Sally. How's father? And this is Uncle Chuck. Rotor and I used up all the energy in those power rings, but this condition is unchanged. I guess we failed. Not so, lads. I still think we're correct in attempting to use a power talisman to secure the king. And after reviewing these remaining royal doctrines, we believe we found that cure, in the form of the magical Crown of Eggcorns, exclaimed Sally. Sonic is shocked, but remembers that the king was wearing the crown when he was banished. Sally continues. And it's our conclusion that at this time he was wearing a phony crown. What? That's Sonic. Get out of town!
You'll notice it when you're editing. Your face was so perfect. Like you were just Sonic. You were just Sonic with that. It was so good. Oh man, that was so funny.
Thank you. The second half of this line actually is "Get out of town." That's actually, I noticed that too while reading it. It's spelled Getta out of town, Outta out of town. So it's spelled "Get out of town." All right. Anyway. Sally produces a manifesto outlining the importance of the crown, which states that it is an ancient talisman of power that may be the kingdom's only defense in its darkest hour, and that it should be transported to a magical dimension for safekeeping to ensure its use for future generations should a reigning sovereign be in danger of capture. One would think a king being captured or in danger would be perhaps the kingdom's darkest hour, but no, the crown must be sent to the Hall of Limbo. Tails, a child, misreads this as the Hall of Jimbo, and Sonic wastes no time in bullying him on the mispronunciation before asking him how to get there. The doctrines say, this is Uncle Chuck, the doctrines don't say, but once again I think our answer can be found with magic. The magic of power rings. Remember, Sonic, power rings can grant knowledge as well as power. Knowledge that may help us finding the mission crown. Uncle Chuck takes his leave to head back to his job as fake robot in Robotropolis, while the Freedom Fighters prepare to head to the Lake of Rings for the lazily named Operation Save the King. End of part 1.
Obviously, I'm just gotta congratulate Mike F on that intro. That was... Look at me, I went to college.
Do you ever read much Nietzsche?
I've read... Did I read Beyond Good and Evil?
I played Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah. I think I attempted to read Beyond Good and Evil in high school, and I did not There were parts of it I understood, but I did not have the reading comprehension to truly understand what I was reading. Thus spoke the Zathora. Is that how you say it? Zathora?
I actually still don't know to this day.
That one I also read. That one was a lot easier to read because it was a lot more of like a conversation between people.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell you anything about it. Again, I read it in high school. I was like, I'm going to be this pompous douchebag and read philosophy.
You weren't even assigned it?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't do any reading assignments in high school. I was just like, I'm just going to do my own thing. So people would be reading whatever, like Speak or something like that. And I'm like, I'm going to be this pompous douchebag and read...
Nietzsche, but you did enjoy it. Did you enjoy it?
No. Hated every second of it.
But you did finish it.
Beyond Good and Evil, I think I did. I'm pretty confident I did. But I couldn't tell you, like I said, none of it absorbed in any way, shape, or form. The only thing, I think it was one of them had a like introduction or something, and it was like, hey, just a heads up, Nietzsche's sister,
yes, I was going to bring this
the
up.
estate, and she was just straight up a Nazi and was trying to insert Nazi propaganda into his philosophy. But I couldn't even tell you how.
Died, yeah.
So that's what I remember from.
No, that's a really important aspect because for the longest time Nietzsche was associated with Nazism, and he was like, well, hold on, that was all the sister, right? History is written by the sister, so.
I think our audience and myself are most curious about the aspect of what do you think Uncle Chuck put on those chili dogs? So like obviously that's not chili, right?
We're still on this?
Well, it's pink. It's straight up pink.
It's like mystery.
Is it not pink for you? You have a.
It's okay. So I am looking. I am actually looking. You're right. We're back to. I got used to the miniseries. I should go back to. This is issue number 42 because I have the original.
You
scans.
have the original scans. Yeah. Okay. Definitely pigs or something. My other main call out was Mike F called it out in the script also. Like, I feel like it's an insane thing to bring a Chaos Emerald up to him thinking it will fix him. But I guess the crux of it is just like, man, these Chaos Emeralds are magic. We don't really actually understand how they work. But if he's turning into a Chaos Emerald, they know, or at least Knuckles knows of a device called the Chaos Siphon. It's called Chaos Siphon, right?
I like that name.
That would be the thing I would be looking for to try and see if that would work on King Acorn.
Be really funny if they just never bring it up again.
The Chaos Siphon?
Yeah.
I'm going to be so pissed if that's not how they make a Chaos Emerald or Master Emerald, because it's such a perfect and easy setup for it.
It is an insane ask, and it's very short-sighted of Sonic to be like, hey, I know that this is bad, but I need to save this one guy, so I'm gonna kill your whole island. I know he said that he has the backup emerald, but that's still insane to be like, as Mike was saying, yeah. So he used like, it was kind of like irredentism in a way, like that imminent domain of like, well, okay, way back when this property was technically ours.
Yeah, for sure.
The fact that he even tried it is crazy.
Well, I mean, actually, I don't know. I guess we have a real question here. Because we know Mobius is a landmass, right? It's also planet Mobius, but there's like the continent Mobius, right?
I don't remember. Because we know Down Under is a whole different continent.
Well, this is why I'm bringing it up.
Right.
Because the floating island is from Down Under. So I guess my question is, did King Acorn have land rights to Down Under? Down Under. I'm sorry.
That's a good question. I don't know. That's a very good question. Huh.
Comment. Let us know what you think.
There's a very good chance that no one thought that far ahead of. That's the problem, is that this comic has proven itself where it's like, man, we're really thinking, aren't we? We're thinking a lot.
We're asking the big questions. Why was no one in the writer's room asking about the land rights of King Mobius? Or King Acorn, I should say. I think we're good.
Okay. In every kingdom, there must exist a little chaos, part 2. Sonic, Tails, and Sally are hiding out with an eyesight of Power Ring Grotto. According to reports, the lake has Old Faithful-esque regularity and spits out a ring every hour. Tails questions why they're not closer to the lake, and it is explained to him that the location may be compromised and set up for an ambush. Uncle Chuck has set up a rendezvous with Fly Fly Freddy, who is not a rejected alternate lyric for the coincidentally named song Knuckles by the band The Hold Steady, but rather a part of the spy network from within Robotropolis. They are instead surprised to find Sleuth, a brown dog dressed undercover as a SWAT bot.
Mike F was specifically like, I was texting him, he was like, make sure you listen to that song by The Hold Steady. I thought the reference was going to be a little bit more subtle. I think he was just going to straight up say, this is the song by The Hold Steady. Sorry, keep on going.
I should also mention, if you're not watching this episode, because Nick is just reacting. Nick is pure reaction mode right now. He does not. You didn't read the script, did you? No, clearly not.
No, I would never. Yeah.
So you need to watch his reaction. You're not hearing it because Nick has a very subtle laugh, or a quiet laugh, I should say, before exploding into a larger one. Yes.
Every now and then it could. I'll explode all over.
Yeah. Anyway. So this is Sleuth, the undercover SWAT bot. Sorry to startle you. Fred's cover was almost broken, but I was able to leave Robotropolis safely. Let me detail his report while we head over to the lake. This is Sally. This isn't the standard procedure, soldier. Too true, Sal. But since we're already behind schedule, I think we can trust him with its location. Sleuth fills the freedom fighters in while en route to the lake. That's a pretty bizarre report, Sleuth. True. But now that you know that Robotnik never got any data before Sonic destroyed the combots, but thanks to your poor strategic maneuvers today, Robotnik will now have a new supply of power rings. Sleuth gives Sally Australia's greatest punishment, a booted kick in the ass. Sorry guys, but as much as I liked our rebellion, I loved Robotnik's promise of personal power and T-Bone Steaks better. You dirty dog traitor, yells Sonic. The freedom fighters, somehow shocked by the betrayal from Sleuth, who is a dog, aka man's best friend, fights back. The three heroes fight off the overwhelming horde of robots until a roboticized Fly Fly Freddy swoops in and gives them all the double Mega Man and starts blasting with both arms and gives them all the double Mega Man and starts blasting with both arms.
If I was an editor, I would have said the old, get the OL in there, the old double blasters.
Okay, there you go. Fly Fly Freddy swoops in and gives them the old double Mega Man and starts blasting with both arms.
Much better.
While fighting back, the cool and hip Sonic the Hedgehog quotes the 1929 cartoon Popeye. That's all I can stand, 'cause I can't stand no more. That's right. In a few seconds, you won't be standing at all. And neither will you, sugar. Just at that moment, Buns' Inspector Gadget arms dunk Sleuth into the lake. Y'all don't forget, I was on Power Ring Patrol, did you? I didn't, and although we need your help, you may have picked the wrong time, says Sally. At that moment, the ring emerges from the lake. If the freedom fighters don't want to wait an hour, they need to act quickly. This is Sally now. Sonic, get it before it disappears. I can't leave you in the middle of a fight, Sal. You must, for the sake of the king. Sonic dashes across multiple SWAT bots' heads and leaps for the ring. At that exact moment, he is locked on by Fly Freddy's lasers, but is saved when Knuckles swoops in from behind and takes out the robot Fly. Tails airlifts Sonic away with the ring. I guess it's true what they say. All good things come from above. Who they is in this context is unknown. Who does say this? Perhaps it could be a spin on the classic idiom, all good things come to those who wait. If it is rather a clumsy take on the turn of phrase and not very apparent from that which he is referencing. If he had used the original phrase, then at least it would be ironic because Sonic did not wait. He ran to the ring. Perhaps this is an idiom that is native to Mobius, and thus the they would be other Mobians saying this phrase, and the reader is just unfamiliar with it? What this narrator presupposes is that Sonic is paraphrasing the opening verse of James 1:17 of the King James Bible, which says, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above." In doing so, the authors are subtly inserting further proof that Sonic is canonically a Christian, and they, in this context, would be fellow believers in God. Knuckles, clearly an atheist, shrugs off Sonic's attempt to proselytize and reminds him that there is a battle still being fought. Might I remind you that not only am I fast on my feet, I'm also well armed for battle. No need to be a worrywart. Not when my new whirlwind whammy can wallop these weenies. Sonic invents a new power, spinning his fists fast enough to create twin cyclones, sweeping away the remaining SWAT bots. At this same moment, Nick takes note of this technique so he can wallop his weenie later.
I mean, I did this earlier, so yeah, it's very successful.
Yeah, in a hotel. Oh, goodness.
Well, I mean, I don't have to clean up, which is good because of the whirlwind, it goes everywhere.
Real talk, though, when you jack off in a hotel, you do it in the bathroom, right? Like, you have the decency to do that.
I do it on the TV.
Holy shit. Okay. This is Sally. Nice work, guys. Now we can make this traitor stand trial. After we try to restore Fred. And after we try to restore the king. After all, never let it be said that this echidna can't have a change of heart. This is Tails. Wow, Sonic will forever be in your debt. Sonic seemingly backhands Tails since he refuses to shut the fuck up, and the crew moves on to Phase 2 of Operation Save the King. As Sleuth is not pictured in the last panel, it is presumed he was hung off panel for treason. End of Part 2.
Mike is right to call out the fact that Sonic is just being a real prick to Tails this issue. I don't think he's ever been like this mean to him.
Just in general, he's being a big prick to everyone, especially to Tails. Yeah.
Yeah, like, has Sonic ever been this? Is this Sonic?
Oh, shit.
Because he's so mean.
Did the Silver Sonic consciousness win in the last issue?
Yeah, right. This is they switched consciousness. Real Sonic died. Yeah, it's just he's being so mean in a way where I'm like, do you think Cool Sonic ever comes back? And if so, do you think he would infiltrate the freedom fighters like this to, you know, get information or something?
That's hard to say. I feel like that's too. You're right. Sonic did have that literal like mind wipe, or amnesia, I should say, and he was like going at the freedom fighters for that one issue. But for this, I don't know. I think he's too cocky to go like deep undercover. I really think so.
Okay.
He can do like temporary, like he can be disguised as a SWAT bot, etc., or whatever for like a gag or a brief stint, but he can't go deep undercover.
Okay.
And neither can Sleuth, apparently. What do you think about Sleuth's betrayal?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of into the idea that there's a betrayal, but B, completely confounded because he should know he's seen Robotnik work. He knows he can't trust him. He knows he's not getting that T-bone, right? And it wasn't until Mike F's brilliant writing of he's loyal to man did it make sense. So I think that's just good writing, truthfully.
Yeah, I don't know, it gave it a little bit of a slight bit of an edge. I didn't see it coming personally. I thought what I did see coming is that if they were going, or what I thought would happen is that if he does betray them, it's going to be at the end of the issue or the story arc. Oh no, this whole time it was a triple cross. He was just trying to get to Robotnik to sanitize it and clean it up. I hope they stick with it. I hope he remains a traitor. That'd be cool.
I agree. I hope he does stay a traitor. It'd be really disappointing if it's like I'm playing everyone or something, you know?
I'm really sick of that. I think I was sick of that with Jeffrey St. John.
Yeah,
I don't know if he did. Did he do a triple cross? It was more like he was just being shifted.
Yeah, in Princess mini series, I think he did.
Okay, or something. At the very least, he was like wishy washy, right?
Yeah,
it was just frustrating. Okay, what else here?
I mean, honestly,
what do you think of Fly Freddy's roboticized design? It's actually not that different from his regular.
I think he looks pretty cool. I like it. He looks
cool. I think he looks even cooler in his original form in the sense that he just looked like a Power Ranger or that genre of Japanese television. But honestly, again, like it really doesn't change much except for the fact that now he has cannons for arms.
Yeah. So like it is an improvement.
Have we talked about this before? Would you want a whole cannon for an arm?
Yeah, we did. Remember we had the whole the bit about the 50 cal. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. There you go.
You don't even remember our jokes anymore, man.
I really don't.
Who are you?
That's how you know we made him. We made him up.
There was something I was going to say. I am officially a believer that Sonic is a Christian.
Okay.
It just feels right. Do you think there's a Mobius Jesus? Do you think this comic will go in a way where like we'll see a maybe a hedgehog, or honestly it would probably be a squirrel or the acorn lineage, right? Being crucified. Let me maybe too specific. Let's take one step back.
Like the Roman torture of crucifixion. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we think that we will see someone crucified in the Archie Sonic comics?
I think that's a really good question, actually. I think it's going to look like very close to a crucifixion in the sense that they'll look like a scarecrow, but they're going to draw it in a way where it does look like Jesus on the cross. I think that's what's going to happen. So maybe it's like nails won't be through hands, but they'll be like tied, like their arms will be tied.
Oh, yeah, I mean the imagery is supposed to be there, like the intro to Smallville, right? Have you seen Smallville?
Somebody save! Yes,
hell yeah. Like how he's strung up on the cross at the beginning in the first episode, right? Where it's
been forever since I've seen it.
But like it's the same thing. Like it's supposed to be doing the Jesus imagery, but like it was obviously like for a scarecrow, and they just threw him up there. That is what I meant when I said that. I do not think. Well, actually, I do think this comic is bold enough to use nails and actually nail something in. So, I hope that's what happens. I think that's this is what I'm going to say. I think it's like 100%. We're going to see someone strung up on a cross, right? I just think the real question is, do they use nails or not?
They're going to tie hands. They're going to tie the hand.
Okay.
You heard it here first, folks. Come back to this episode when it finally happens. All right, should we move on?
Let's keep on going.
Okay, here we go. What the fuck? What the fuck, Mike? Okay. Okay.
I'm so excited.
In every kingdom, there must exist a little chaos, part 3. The freedom fighters bring Knuckles back to Knothole Village, who does the Hillary Clinton meme and is absolutely disgusted by their standard of living. And he put in the script, In the script, he put the photo of Hillary Clinton in the apartment.
Can you?
I'm snipping that. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, can you Photoshop Knuckles' face onto it?
Okay. Sure.
Thank you. We'll finally have a social media post after what, a year and a half.
Okay. Sonic asks how Knuckles knew to come and is greeted by Uncle Chuck, who explains how he suspected there was a double agent in the spy network. Upon confirmation, he felt he could only trust outside assistance and thus radioed Knuckles on an untraceable frequency. They all gathered beside to the half-crystallized King Eggcorn. He also changed his mind about letting us use the emerald. Remember, Pops, it's just a loan. And this is Rotor now. Okay, everybody, this setup's complete. Let's clear out. This device is designed to release the emerald's pure energy. Let's hope it restores him. Here goes. 3, 2, 1. Rotor completely fucks it up, and the crystallization spreads across King Eggcorn's face and body. Rotor, stop! It's only making him worse, said Sally. I had a feeling this might happen. The emerald's energies are just too mysterious. Thank goodness, the resulting mutation was only temporary. Yeah, but he's still in bad shape. Our only hope lies with your Power Ring's ability to lead us to his crown. Sonic holds out the ring in front of him, as if he's about to perform a magic trick. All at once, Sonic's brain is filled with images of planets, crowns, swords, and scrolls. Having to think about multiple things at once proves too much for Sonic's puny hedgehog brain, and he is knocked backwards and out of his deep thought. Now I remember why I'd rather use the rings to juice. That hurt my head and my tush. So where's the crown? Did you find the Hall of Limbo, Sonic? No, but I did learn that the King's Royal Sword has a magical link to the crown, and it will lead us to it. But the riddle within the riddle is, we don't know where the sword is. It's hopeless. Knuckles senses an opening and places his hands on the shoulders of the crying chipmunk in an attempt to soothe her. Princess, you shouldn't have to lose your father twice. Once is enough for anyone. I know, and I won't let you down. Knuckles then really goes for it, getting on one knee in a fake-out proposal. That's why I'm making it my personal quest to find that sword. One way or the other, Toots, I will see it returned and the king restored. This I solemnly vow. A grateful Sally smiles in response, while a cuckolded Sonic stares on. End of part 3.
It's very funny that Sonic isn't going on this quest. That it's just Knuckles.
Yep. It's a little weird.
It is very weird.
Considering
man.
Considering that Sonic was like ready to destroy a whole island to like steal this thing, you think he'd also want to. Okay, either way, yeah,
very funny.
That is technically the end of the story, but the fourth part,
it does continue.
It does really continue, like directly.
But this is actually just kind of set up just for Knuckles' story, truthfully, which is wild
and a little annoying. But yes.
Well, the thing that annoyed me was, so we don't get to see Buns and Antoine's little adventure during the last comic.
Thank you. I was going to bring that up.
Yep. I thought for sure that we were going to just like, even just a single story here, right? Mm-hmm. Just like a nice, like 6-page, like, hey, let's see what happened while they were doing it, right? What kind of fun mess arounds that they experienced. But no, we get nothing. Not even like what happened.
Yeah. No.
And maybe, you know what? Maybe that's the next issue. We'll see. But I don't have high hopes.
We really need more like parallel stories. I like those. So the go-to example is Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima, where it's two stories happening concurrently, but from different points of view. Recently, Wicked did this as well. I mean, that's the original. That's like the stage musical where Wicked takes place before, during, and after the Wizard of Oz movie itself, from the view of all the other characters. And then
I didn't know that, but I also know nothing. I will one of these days. I just rebought. I never owned it. I just bought Wizard of Oz specifically so I can watch Wicked.
Yeah. Yeah, so. No, Wicked's good. And then what game am I thinking of? Oh, Halo 2. In Halo 2, you come across a downed pelican. This is the level where you're on the beach and you're like in the Warthog on Earth. Mm-hmm. There's a downed pelican that has survivors of an ODST squad, and you like rescue them and stuff. While on the way to your objective, I think in the anniversary disc of Halo 2, like the very silver Halo 2 anniversary version, or special edition or whatever, they made a whole cutscene that was not in the original game. And it's from the point of view of that pelican. That's it. It's just these side characters that you never see again, but it's just the story of how that pelican crashed. And then Master Chief comes in.
Absolutely fucking insane.
What?
For bringing that up in reference to Halo 2 as your example, when the whole game of Halo 2 is an example of what you're talking about, which is parallel stories of the Arbiter and Master Chief going off on like different missions happening at the same time.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But either way,
I thought that's what you were bringing up. And you just brought up this like really hyper specific thing that's like in the one small part of the game. The whole game is an example. I'm sorry.
Look, sometimes you miss the trees for the forest.
You really did. It's okay. Sorry if I came off mean. I was just like, what are you doing?
No, you're right. I'm very glad that you pointed that out.
Okay.
Should we just move on?
Yeah, let's just move on.
Okay. This is Knuckles' quest, but honestly, it's kind of part 4 of this whole arc here. We find Tails and Knuckles in open water on the Sea Fox, which is not a Balau class submarine, but rather
Sorry, I need to interrupt. There was something I was going to bring up. It's important in the context of the story as a whole. Kent Taylor is a pen name for Scott Fulop, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. We didn't bring that up.
Oh, you're right. We didn't. I should also mention that the writers are Ken Penders and Kent Taylor, and the art is done by Art McWhinney and Brian Thomas.
Is this... Sorry, is this the start of like Knuckles' thing? Because I know they have like a Knuckles side thing, and Ken Penders becomes the head writer of that. Is that the start of this?
Shit, I don't know. I do not know. Maybe that it's maybe gearing up for that.
I'm so excited if that's what's happening.
Okay, let me take it back from the top. We find Tails and Knuckles in open water on the Sea Fox, which is not a Balau-class submarine, but rather a boat which looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle transport module. And in the script, he links to both of those things. Presumably the drill is for drilling through the water. Knuckles is upset for the same reason Sonic has been this whole issue. Tails will not shut the fuck up. Oh, you're just cranky because you have to ride shotgun on Rotor's makeshift subseat. Besides, you were the one who said, if I'm gonna find a magic sword, I better start by reaching out into a great source of magic.
That was incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, but when I said I'll start my personal quest by contacting the ancient walkers, I went by myself. So for the record, what I just did was Tails. I was Tails as Knuckles, and then the following line I did Knuckles as Tails. Okay. Even that wasn't even how I was supposed to read that, but it was too tempting. Okay, here we go. Tails reminds Knuckles of the times the ancient walkers have appeared in the past, and that his great-grandfather is the only one who has a direct link with both of them and the ancient walkers, and that he was last seen at their destination, Down Under. After docking the Sea Fox, they arrive at the crater where Tails first met them, but it is empty. They continue waiting for several hours, only to return to the same empty crater, and Knuckles is pissed. "Oh no, kid, you led us in circles." "Big deal. I still say we'll find a Thayer here. After all, this crater is the former site of the floating island." "What? No way. Impossible." "Okay, kid, I think I've had enough of your..." Okay, this is just a Thayer. I'm just going to do like a generic, foreign-sounding, mystical voice. Okay, here we go. "Think. Do you really, immature one?" A Rastafarian shaman with an Easter egg necklace and flip-flops appears before them. "A Thayer." "Quite a bold word for Guardian, whose actions revolve around fisticuffs." Who are you to judge? You were the only member of our family who didn't have the courage to become our homeland's guardian." Who are you to judge? Wisdom decrees that it is better to safeguard a universe than just one pebble in its belly. I'm doing like this weird fucking like Bruce Lee like voice. Okay. That's just some mystic psychobabble. You guys certainly have quite a history. Our history is a matter of genetics, Doubletail, but we have never met. Look, the only reason we came here is known only too well. A Thayer raises his cane. Immediately, Knuckles and Tails are flying through the cosmos and arrive at a floating island, face to face with the floating heads of the ancient walkers. Tails explains the situation to the heads and asks for their help. They respond as one. Okay. Through time and space and alternate dimensions, properties exist beyond comprehension. Artifacts of ancient and unfathomable power exist to aid and make men cower. Cognizant by beings of science and mystic shaman, a sovereign royal and an emerald have nothing in common. The heroes attempt to get more answers from the ancient walkers, but are sent off again, hurtling through space. On a once lush world and its hunk of floating stone, there exists a sorcerer, wizard, and alchemist who stand alone. Portraits of a black cat, a blue bird, and a donkey donning wizard apparel are shown. A charlatan, enchantress, and paladin with fairness and courage thou must face. With patience and fortitude, a blade of steel thou may embrace. Portraits of a bearded fox and cloaked rabbit and a horse with a headband are now shown, and just as immediately as the two left, they arrive back to where they begin. This is Tails. We're back on Down Under, and those last images. I know. They represent beings of power who may have a clue as to the whereabouts of the king's sword. Now we're finally onto something. No, kid. I'm onto something. I've got places to go and people to see, and no matter what danger I may face... For dramatic effect, Knuckles punches one fist into the other. From here on, I go alone. End of Knuckles' quest.
I'm excited. This feels like it's just set up for something wild, and I am so intrigued as in what direction they are going to take this, because I find this comic impossibly hard to predict.
Yeah.
Right?
This is some Ken Pender shit, without a doubt. Man, I'm well done, Mike. Well done, Mike F. Because I was really looking forward to how the fuck you were going to describe this, and it really did just sound like someone recounting their acid trip to a scientist.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm so glad I asked Mike F to write this episode. I didn't even read it, so I had no clue what this was going to be. But this was a hard one to write, and Mike F absolutely crushed it.
Well done, very well done. So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Predictions are fun.
Exactly. I know. I legitimately have none.
Gun to the head. Come up with something wild.
I think they're trying to make this more. I think there's someone on the floating island in a section that Knuckles has never gone before. He's going to go find them, and they will guide Knuckles to the other like people that will, the sorcerer, wizard, alchemist, charlatan, enchantress, and paladin. They're going to have trials for Knuckles to face, and then once he faces those trials, he's going to be. There'll be like, now you're ready for the real thing, and it's going to be some fucking bullshit where it's not even an item. It's just like, here's the knowledge, right? And it's like, King Acorn just needs to think he's not an emerald, and then he's good to go. I don't know. It's going to be something
bad. That's pretty
dumb.
good. Like that's the most sensible thing you could possibly extrapolate from this. It really is. For me, I think it's good. I think I don't even have plot points either. I think it's really just there's gonna be some big fight with some arbitrary like energy or some arbitrary antagonist, and then it's gonna turn into. But Knuckles will I got hooked on the phrase spirit animal while reading this issue right here, and I think he's going to summon the power. Like, you're going to see some cool shots of him, like, punching stuff. And then, like, that donkey will have, like, a kick. But it's, like, a spiritual kick. Like, superimposed over Knuckles.
You think he's going to get, like, ancient Chinese kung fu, like, spirit animal fight
like Jackie Chan Adventures talisman powers? I think that'll be some rad shit, my guy.
I was thinking... Oh, it's an old Jackie Chan... movie where he learns different types of styles. And
is it Laughing Hyena?
I think actually, wow, I forget Jackie Chan.
It was like old, like OG.
Yeah,
Jackie
I'm
Chan.
talking 70s. Yeah, I'm talking 70s Jackie Chan, even 60s maybe.
I think Laughing Hyena was like the name given after the fact. Like it had like a Chinese name, or I mean they all did. I know, but. It was like even a different name than that, and then they just put Jackie or Laughing Hyena. Once I have that on DVD, and it's good because it's kind of like the precursor to Drunken Master, in the
Fearless
sense that
Hyena.
Thank you so much, Fearless. That is what it is. What I was thinking of at least, and Fearless Hyena. If I recall, it's because he learns the different styles and they're like emotions, and one of them I think is drunk. So it really is like a precursor to Drunken Master.
Yep.
Like that stuck out to me. We need to make a Jackie Chan podcast.
Dude, don't. I can barely keep up with this one, but I would love to do that. I love Jackie Chan so much.
Okay, the Jackie Chan podcast will be, of course, talking about the movies, and then two dudes who have no physicality to them whatsoever try to recreate the biggest stunts. And
look, Jackie Chan did this with a mattress. We can do it, man. We're just hanging off trucks with umbrellas, just like trying to. The podcast goes until one of us either dies or like critically, like just becomes paralyzed.
Oh my god.
Here's Jackie Chan's most dangerous stunt, the one that almost killed him. Can we make the leap from this boulder to that boulder? It's really one of the worst it was very what am I trying to say? It didn't look dangerous, right? I think it was Armor of God 2. Maybe it's the first one. It's literally he just has to make like a jump from one boulder to another, misses, and like ends up cracking his head and almost dies. It's always
the things you like, the easiest ones, right?
Yeah, right.
Like you think Steve Irwin is going to get killed? You think Steve Irwin is going to die from an alligator? No, it's a fucking stingray.
For sure. Okay. I think that's the issue.
I think that's pretty good right there.
Only 424 left to go. I'm Nick. I stream at twitch.tv/Mojosaurus. My personal blue sky is at Mojosaurus.
And I'm Dominic. You can follow my jazz and people power adventures in Chicago at Blue Collar Jazz. By the time this airs, I will probably have released. Go check out my socials on that one, please, because I have probably released by then a sprawling gonzo piece on a trans-led jazz jam in Wicker Park. and hopefully that will be well received by then. So I know
It
Nick's
will be
read
well
it.
received. I've read it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't like it because it's okay. It's okay. It's not meant for everyone. Like I'm trying to get more into like that Gonzo style writing, that Hunter S. Thompson-esque writing, and it's hard. It's hard. Like it
is
works
hard.
because he's him, and he's a real man who had real like experiences, and I'm just me who's slowly working on that. So I don't know.
My advice to Dominic was he needed to drop a bunch of acid before going to these these jams. And then it would have been perfect.
It would have been perfect then. No, instead what I did was I actually paid an accredited writer to actually critique it. Which I should mention, like I still don't think you'd like it. I think it's just not your at least the way I wrote it, it's just not your style.
Yeah. We have a video version of the podcast where you can follow along with our panels and watch our handsome faces. You can write in the show at sonicgrams@gottatalkfast.com, ask us questions, provide corrections, and give us your opinion on this week's issue. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and remember, when life keeps going fast,
you gotta talk fast.
And just get through it. I love you.
Gotta talk, gotta talk.
Gotta Talk Fast was written by Nick Folkerts and edited by Dominic Guanzon. Intro and outro themes recorded by Dominic Guanzon. Gotta Go Fast originally composed by Norman J. Grossfeld, Joseph Garrity, and Russell Velasquez.
Gotta talk, gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk, gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk, gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Fast, gotta talk fast, gotta talk fast.